Hello everybody and welcome to a news video for Jumputi. I've been trying to grind out the videos this week, but the heat is I'm not good with heat, guys. I'm really not good with heat, and it's the hottest week of the year in the UK. I'm suffering, fam. I'm out here suffering. I know there's people out there living in deserts and shit. They say, oh, it's way hot here. It's like, nah, I don't have the constitution. I was not born. I was not built for this heat. Regardless, it's not what we're here to talk about. What we're here to talk about is Jumputi Heroes. We have a new event on the horizon. I quickly want to talk about something we got that's not technically part of this event, and that is the fact that they have announced some of the results from the polls. Basically, what they have said is that characters from Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Gintama, the fans have voted that those are the series that will get redesigned characters later on. What I mean by redesigned characters is they're going to rework the sprites so they look a bit less, I don't know, like chibified. Like, they're still supposed to be chibi, but if you look at the way Luffy especially is quite a big offender, but there's a lot of characters that have the issue where the design of the original sprite, if you compare it to one of the newer ones, they're so different. Another one is Trafalgar Law. If you look at the Transcendent Trafalgar Law and compare it to the new one, they look so different. So they're going to redesign those characters. Some of them are going to get new specials, but in general, the plan is not that these characters are going to get better skills, better abilities. They may get buffs, they may not. But that doesn't depend on them getting the character redesigns. They also haven't said which characters specifically, because on the survey we were supposed to say which characters we felt from each series needed the redesign. So if you said One Piece, you would say Luffy or Chopper or Zoro or whatever. So it was really supposed to only be like a few characters, not the whole series. So I don't know how that's going to be done, but whatever. The second thing they announced, new characters are going to be announced from free series, or going to be added from free series. Those three series are Assassination Classroom, Sakigake Otokojuku, and the Prince of Tennis. Now, these series, we don't really know what they plan to add, because the other question was for a story event, and we'll say who won that in a sec. But these series are going to get new characters added, but like in what context? Is it just going to be like an ensemble event and they get added? Is it going to be like they get a little pooty feature like the Kimetsu no Yaiba one, where they get a few little bits added? I don't know. Assassination Classroom was a good series. I read it, I enjoyed it, and then I never really thought about it after I finished reading it. But I know a lot of people do have a personal attachment to it. For Otokojuku, I'm interested to see more of it, because I don't know that much about it, so it'll be cool. And the Prince of Tennis is a series that I quite enjoy, even though I can very much see the flaws of the series looking back. It's a series I very much enjoyed, and there's a few characters from that I'm really looking forward to seeing in the game. So how that's going to be handled, I don't know. Those characters, expect them early 2020, so early next year. They need time to get the assets ready and stuff. Like, some of the sprites might need to be redesigned, because even though with this game they've had so much stuff ready, hidden away at the back of whatever in the archives, it's been ready for so long, and they haven't released it. The problem is, because they've changed their art style so much, a lot of the stuff they've had ready for a long time, they have to change. Whether they change the direction of the design, or whether it's literally just, okay, we change it to a slightly updated art style. Which is what they did with Iruka Sensei. The old one has the super old chibified design. The new one has got the big head that all the new ones have. Anyway, the series that will be getting a new story event is Rurouni Kenshin, or Samurai X for all you heathens. And needless to say, a lot of people are going to be excited about that. Personally, I am quite a big fan. Other than Sanosuke being added, which should have already happened by now. Like, so many series got an extra gacha unit a little bit later on, and Kenshin never did. Other than that, I don't really know what they're going to cover other than jumping straight to the end of the series, which very well could happen. So I don't know if we're going to get a V2 Aoshi. I don't know if we're going to... I don't know whether it's going to jump straight to the end of the story, which I could very much see happening. Shishio being the catastrophe event. I'm hoping we get a nice little array of things from throughout the series, because obviously it's been voted for. The fans want this. This is not like the other series where they've decided this is what we think is popular. They have been told this is what the fans want. So I'm hoping that they respect that and they give us a decent amount of content. And it's not like some of those other story events where it's like, oh, you get 3 or 4 units, but when One Piece comes around, they get 15. Like, I would like this to be a sizable event. And that again will be early next year. No official times or anything. But they did say that the Kenshin units, they had a bunch already worked on because they were planning to do a Kenshin story event at some point anyway, which makes sense. It's a big series. It hasn't had one yet. It hasn't had anything really yet. So that's cool. Now, the only thing they didn't announce the results of was the character... the series that will be added to the game that is not already in the game. Obviously, they don't want to announce that because otherwise it's not a surprise. Like, they can... Let's say adding new units from the Prince of Tennis. They can announce that and you don't know who those units are going to be. You don't know what that event's going to be because there's so many different options. You don't even know what format the event's going to be in. But if they say they're going to add a new series, historically, in the last, like, I don't know, 5-6 months, whenever they've added a new series, it's been 1, maybe 2, if you're very lucky, 3 new units from that series, and that's it. The only exception being Jojo, because they count each separate part as a new series, which is okay, fair enough. But in this particular case, like, if they say announce, oh, Boruto is going to be the new series, you know what to expect. You're going to get Boruto. Maybe you'll get Salad. Like how much more could... If they give you adult Naruto, that would just be... Oh my god. However, that's enough of that talk, of that particular thing. I did find some other stuff while data mining. Some really bizarre stuff. Which I'll quickly touch on here. Not too much information, but there seems to be some scrapped legend summons. There was originally going to be a Ryuk legend summon from Death Note that was going to be blue. Never got added. We assume that's because we saw in the files, it seems like Ryuk was originally intended to be a Unity battle, not a random free unit in an event. And with his Unity battle, he would have been one of the first ones released. And as you'll remember, when Unity Battle first came out, they didn't drop the unit, they dropped the Legend Summon instead. So that's what it seems to have been originally planned. Then we have Lisa. Again, Cars is a Unity Battle, but we think he was originally planned to be added earlier, and he wouldn't have been obtainable, and you instead would have got a Lisa Fire Legend Summon, which didn't happen. She seems to be gone. And then, interestingly, there is a Kinnikuman Legend Summon for Goldman and Silverman. But again, seems like an old thing that was in the files for a while. No idea. No idea how that would have been added. I guess there was going to be a Kinnikuman Unity battle. I don't know. But, speaking of which, we've also found in the files that 100% is definitely coming sometime within the next few months. They have worked on stages for Hunter x Hunter that include interior stages for York New City, which would obviously allude to the fight between the Zoldyx and Krollo, at least. I don't know what else. I mean, they could do other stuff. And they've got a stage simply called Meruem. So I guess Meruem's going to be coming at some point as well. So Hunter x Hunter stuff's coming. And also coming is Kinnikuman. There is going to be a Kinnikuman event at some point. It appears to be covering mostly the Akuma Shogun arc. Probably going to get a V2 Akuma Shogun, Mask Destroyed, Goldman sort of thing. And we're also hopefully going to get a bunch of characters like Geronimo, Robin Mask, all of the Justice Chojin, or the Idol Chojin, and I don't know how many of the Akuma Shojin we're gonna get, but hopefully at least a few of them. I would say it's safe to bet we will at least get Buffalo Man and maybe Sunshine. Anyway, we know that stuff is coming, we don't know when. There was a lot of other stuff in the files, but it's kind of... some of it looks to be scrapped, so it's very hard to say anything tangible about these events and stuff. But I don't want to talk about that anyway. Maybe at some other point we'll do like this full big video, but it's very time consuming, so we're not going to get into that today because it's too fucking hot. What we are going to get into is the new story event. It has not been officially announced yet, or maybe it will have once this video goes up, because I don't know how long this is going to take me to edit. But the next story event is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3. Obviously, Part 3 counted as a separate series. It says JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3 Stardust Crusaders. It's its own separate thing. It's got its own separate slot in the game's IDs, and because it's its own new series and it's got a full story event, we're getting a decent amount of characters. There is a preview image for the whole event, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good quality version of it. I'm going to try my best. If I can't, what are you going to do? So hopefully that'll be on screen. And let's talk about the individual parts of this event. So the first most notable part is Jotaro versus Dio at the top there. That is a limited Jotaro, and that Dio seemingly will be a catastrophe event. You beat the ultimate difficulty, you get Dio. You beat the catastrophe difficulty, you get Dio, and you get a Dio costume with an aura on it. Very nice. Now, the limited Jotaro, I saw some people kind of clowning on it because there's two Jotaros. There's Jotaro with Star Platinum and Jotaro without Star Platinum. And people are like, wow, are we really summoning to just have Star Platinum stand behind us? I would like to clarify that based on what we can see from this event, this Jotaro with Star Platinum behind him all the time is some kind of time stop Jotaro. It says it in his name. He is a time stop Jotaro, and the normal Jotaro may still have Star Platinum as part of his moveset, but probably just part of his ultimate attack, rather than always behind him. So that's the distinction there, I guess. Now, the limited Jotaro is obviously on his own banner. 9 multis, you're guaranteed to get the unit. He is green, so if you don't have any good green units, go and get him. And Dio, obviously countered by him, is yellow. Go and get yourself a Dio. I don't know how hard it's going to be. The way they've been handling difficulties on this game, it doesn't make any sense at the moment. Like, if you look at the way the Saga event was handled, it was very difficult, but people seemed to enjoy the challenge. Then we went to the One Piece event, and Fuji was like okay for most people. They didn't have that many issues. But then, like, Dofi is like a 3-turn burst, and like almost anybody who's got like a half decent account should be able to beat him. You might have to tweak your, what units you're using, but a lot of people are going to be able to beat him, despite the fact that he was touted as a really difficult event. So I don't know what that's about. So I also don't know how hard Dio is going to be. I'm hoping they fix some issues. I mean, the last Unity battle, the Akainu one we had, the grind on it was excruciating. And the grind they expected us to do for the Coliseum Bento, again, excruciating. They really took the piss with this One Piece event. You may disagree. Whatever. So we have this Dio. We also have a few more units coming. As we talked about, there is a normal Jotaro, and he is in a banner with himself, Old Joseph, which I think from now on we're just going to be calling Purple Hermit Joseph. I have a feeling that's what his official name's going to be. And the original Jonathan that was first added to the game with Dio Brando. Now this banner, unfortunately, it's a standard 3-4-5 banner, which means first multi is discounted to 500, second multi discounted to 750, and then third, fourth, and fifth guaranteed pick up 5-star, but you are not guaranteed to get one of the new units. So each of those 3-4-5, you can still get Joseph. Now, if you don't have Joseph, sorry, not Joseph, Jonathan. I'm getting really confused. There's so many Jojos on the screen. If you don't have Jonathan, that's great. You're guaranteed a new unit. If you do have him, Ooh, that's risky. That's risky. It is what it is. There is also going to be a side B gacha. We haven't confirmed who's on that because they didn't put all the information on the data download, but we are assuming that the characters featured on that banner will be Kakyoin, Avdol, and probably young Joseph Joestar from the original event, the one that countered Cars. So, looks good. Another thing coming in the second half of the event that we don't officially have anything on right now is Vanilla Ice. Nothing official announced. They will say this, but according to the file IDs, he should be a Unity battle. Kind of exciting, kind of cool, kind of exciting. I assume that he will be green, and he will be countered by a mixture of Avdol and Polnareff, and I don't know about Kakyoin, but the reason I'm making these assumptions is because Polnareff is a free unit. He is involved in a Jojo bingo. There's a lot of different working pieces to this that we don't have all of it because they didn't put all of it in the data download. But what we do know is that at some point there is going to be a Jojo bingo. You'll be able to get yourself Polnareff. He is going to be red, and logically he would counter Vanilla Ice in some way, you would hope. If not, Avdol too, I don't know. We'll see, but I'm just using my logical brain here. Avdol will probably inflict fire damage. Polnareff will probably do boosted damage to fire or to burn enemies. That's what I'm guessing. Could be wrong. I'm hoping this Unity battle is not as bad as the last one, because that Akainu one really hurt me. Now, in terms of other stuff we have going on, there is a pet shop event. I am sorry to tell you, pet shop will not be obtainable. I really thought he was, but no. Pet shop will not be obtainable. Iggy instead will be obtainable from this event, so it's still cool. You're still getting Iggy for free. But it really looked like Pet Shop was obtainable until I actually got the banner image and I realized it said 5-star Iggy, and Iggy is yellow. So, free 99 luck unit probably, pretty standard stuff. And in terms of other JoJo stuff, the only other thing we've got, well, not officially announced, but the only other thing we've got here is the Whole Horse event. He will be a free 6-star unit, and he will also be yellow. We don't know a lot about this event again, but like I said, this is a sizable event. It's not quite. I don't think it's quite the size of the Dressrosa event, sadly, but there's still a lot of nice stuff going on here, and I don't know. If you're a JoJo fan, you're gonna be pretty gassed up. That's pretty self-explanatory, I think. The only other thing they added that we could see was there's going to be a tower banner, and that tower banner is going to feature some returning units: V1 Killua, V1 Naruto, Kirishima, and Monmon. All pretty good units, but I mean, unless you specifically want one of them or you don't have any of them, probably not a banner that you want to go in on. In my case, I have 3 out of 4. I really want Kirishima, but there's no way. Will I be pulling on any of these banners? I'm still undecided, because the thing is, I do want... I do really want the limited Jotaro. Even the standard gacha Jotaro would be nice, but... and even Hermit Purple, but... The thing is, if Kinnikuman is next, which is what the files seem to suggest, the next event will either be an ensemble event or Kinnikuman. Man, I really need goddamn Kinnikuman Limited or whatever, so I can't be wasting all of my rubies just yet. That being said, I think at some point we will be expecting a second Genkai battle. Now, my opinion is, based on what we've seen in the files, that they may have been planning to do a Hunter x Hunter event, but after they got a little bit of backlash on Twitter about doing the same series over and over again, I think they've kind of took their foot off the gas on that one. Simply because we had a Hunter x Hunter event like a month or 2 ago. To do another one already, I think would be pushing things a little bit. And you know, so we're not going to have One Piece again for a little while. We're not going to have Bleach, probably Dragon Ball. Naruto, we're definitely getting another event. Did I mention that? There's Naruto stuff in the files. We're definitely getting like Itachi and stuff like that. Naruto event is definitely going to be coming within the next few months. But I'm wondering with the Hunter x Hunter event whether it won't be a full story event, but will instead be a Genkai battle, and we'll get like a limited Netero, and then a Genkai battle Meruem. I don't know for a fact that's how it's going to be. I'm just speculating. I'm just guessing. If you don't see an image of something on the screen that is specifically from Jumputi and it's just a random image of a character or something like that, just assume I'm speculating. But I think that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to go through. I'm sweating like crazy. I need to end this video right now. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the Jojo event. Hope it's everything all the Jojo fans wanted. I'm happy for you guys. It's been a long wait since we had the part 2 event, and I'll see you all in part 4. Bye.